Hello viewers, here is a set of Panasonic 5.8 GHz Digital or Digitan Gigarange telephones. This is model KX-TG5634 and it does have 4 handsets. I've received some requests to reformat the videos and record the video in the format of several smaller productions versus one longer production. I could see some benefits to that. I could also see a lot of drawbacks to that, but I'm going to give that a try with this telephone and see what transpires. This first video here is going to be the kind of overview of this set. We'll look at the cosmetic condition. We'll talk about the set a little bit. The second video we're going to do the testing calls. So we'll test the incoming outgoing audio and the buttons, and then on the third video we will test the answering machine. So this is a set that appears to have the display problem because one of these here is blank, and this is kind of odd because I tested it when I first got it. I plugged everything in just to make sure it worked, and all the screens was working, and that was only a couple days ago. Now I couldn't do anything with this set because the batteries was spoiled so far beyond usability you couldn't even press a button, but it was enough for all the screens to come on and they were working. Now they're not. I'm going to record these series over a couple of days, so I'm going to leave the phone plugged in and charging up and see what transpires. Perhaps the screen will come back, I don't know. Kind of a shame if it doesn't, because this set is really nice. I purchased this locally and it seems like it wasn't used very much at all. The cosmetic condition is quite good. They're very clean, and I suspect they have very few hours on them. Probably just sat in the cradle most of their lives. At least that's what it looks like anyways. Let's take a look at the call log here. Well, there's calls almost every day. Usually there's one per day. Well, not too many calls. Yeah, about one per day. A couple of days skipped where there was no calls. So they weren't used too heavily. I put new batteries in here. These are EBL batteries. They are the nickel metal hydride chemistry. I've had pretty good results with EBL batteries thus far. These were the original batteries, model HHRP104, and these were 830 milliamps. Those were 1000 milliamps. It's a shame that there's no high capacity offerings for the AAA style batteries, because the talk time on these phones is relatively short. I think it's only about 3 hours, and if you're on a speakerphone and it's on boost mode, it's going to be less than that. And I think the charging time was too fast. This is 7 hours. Some of these were only 4 hours, and I think it just charges too fast, and that's why the batteries don't end up lasting very long. These ate through batteries like crazy, which is unfortunate because otherwise they're pretty good phones. It's a pretty iconic Panasonic design. This handset, the form factor, was used in both 2.4 phones and the 5.8 phones, and they were pretty popular, the 5.8 ones. When I think of Panasonic phones, this is definitely one of the models that comes to mind. The base is also pretty nice, very clean. Well, the screen is a little bit dirty on the edges, but other than that, it's pretty clean. A couple of crumbs in there. I don't believe this is talking caller ID. It has the caller IQ thing, which I'm pretty sure does not exist anymore. The information's on the base. I don't know what the letter M would have stood for in this situation. These were made in Malaysia. And here's the information on the cradle, which was also made in Malaysia. I suspect the handsets too were probably also made in Malaysia. Focus. Yes, they were made in Malaysia. These take the 9-volt adapters, and there's two different kinds. The base is a different one. The base is a model PQLV1, 9 volts at 500 milliamps, and the cradles, the power adapter for the cradles is KX-TCA1, and it is 9 volts at 350 milliamps. Unfortunately made in China. Both of these adapters are made in China. It seems like the buttons are all going to work. I mean, usually these fail because they get dirty. You get oils from the skin and whatever gets underneath the pad there, and that's usually what causes it to stop working. These seem to have perfect sensitivity because they've remained clean over the years. So that's good. I suspect this probably has the standard set of ringtones. Yes, it does. Okay. So that'll be it for this video. This will be part 1, and then we'll do part 2, which will test the calling functionality, and then we'll do a third video to test the answering machine. And I'm hoping that perhaps the screen on this handset will make an appearance again. I've had the screens go out on these phones before, and they seem to come back just as mysteriously as they go away. I don't know what the problem is. It doesn't seem like it's a physical issue where the display cable is going bad or disconnecting. It almost seems like it's some kind of a software glitch where the screen just doesn't come on. I'm not really sure how to fix that yet. Hopefully someday I'll figure it out.